I just had the thing on out. I forgot I had it on. So this is the second chat that we're to have that was scheduled for today. The other chat was actually scheduled for last night, but I did do it this morning. I didn't want y'all to miss that chat. Okay. This chat is about self learning and self teaching. Okay. You can teach yourself to do anything, you can learn what you want to learn. Okay. You have to put in the work. The books that I have in the chats, when you guys see me put up some of the books there and some of the links, it's actually the thumbnail to this. Those are the books that I have written. And I wrote those books to help people to understand billing and coding. Okay, initially, you guys know I just do the coding, but we dropped on the billing because people were asking me about the billing. So that's the reason. Okay. So when you guys are studying, we're going to jump right into it. It's really, a self study. Even if you go to a traditional college, it's you who have to do the studying, right? It's you who have to do the studying. Um, the books that I have there, you can literally read those books and at least give yourself an insight on what you're going to get into. When you purchase courses, you don't need to get in on a class. You can do a class whenever you feel like it. That's what, like online school is about. It's like working with you, being flexible. Are there downfalls of going to school online? There are downfalls mostly for the school, mostly for the teacher, because you have the students that seldomly commit as 100% when they're doing it on their own. So when you have a class and it's online, let's say Phoenix or CTU or something, and the class is online, and the teacher is teaching the class. It's no different than being in a traditional classroom because she has her whiteboard and everything the same thing. But you have to get the students motivated to come in the classroom, just like any other classroom. But when you have adults that want to learn something, this is where you go, okay, so I know they want to learn and they're coming in. But sometimes they don't feel like coming in. Sometimes, okay, I get from work, I'm tired, I can't go in the classroom. That's where the books come in. You can get a book, you can read it, and it will take you to the skies. Nobody is born smart. Okay, well, yeah, you're probably born smart. But everybody is taught something. You can catch on fast or you can catch on slow. Eventually, you catch on. There's so many tools out there for you to use to help you to get to that next level. Don't sleep on it, y'all, especially YouTube. You want to get to that next level, don't pay thousands of dollars for that type of learning that you want to do. Y'all know I'm talking about the coding. When you're talking about your master's in business and your master's in health administration, your master's in BA, that's a higher type of level. But it can also be combined with your coding depending on the level you want to go to. Those books that you see, I'll go over the books in a few minutes. The medical billing and coding Q&A book, if you don't know anything about medical billing and coding, get that book. YTU, I've already given you that book. I'm going to put that link over here for that book. That book will tell you what medical billing is. It will tell you what coding is. It will give you insights on how to code, insights on what you're looking at, insights on, do I really want to do coding? Well, what is it anyway? Um, if you have that support, especially now, there's so many being laid off. If you have that support, take the coding class. I have the 3 classes. The classes are free. Get in the classes. I'm working on expanding those classes so I can give you guys more. I'm working on expanding them. But the gist of it is, you see that medical terminology book? The medical terminology book has tests and answers in that book. So you don't need to register for the class to do that book. You can go to Amazon.com and order that book. I'm just going to put it right here. Amazon.com for the medical terminology. And I think you doing that will take care of your medical terminology. So you guys know I'm going to do a thumbnail that says nursing school. Nurses have to know medical terminology. The course is in their program. Doctors have to know medical terminology. The course is in their program. The Sapphire Physician Coding Academy, you must know medical terminology. You cannot do coding without it. The medical billing, you still need to have that introduction. That's why when we do the medical billing, I give you everything that you need. If that class is over, get that playbill, and you're going to work on that. If you register for Sapphire Academy, it's in the Sapphire Portal. Every class that I do here is in the Sapphire Portal. If you get stuck and you say, oh, I don't have time, I can't get on the live classes with Miss Lambert, no problem. When I'm not here, I'm in the portal. I make the portal better for you guys every day. And I let everybody know that I'm in the portal. You want a one-on-one, you want to see me live, you can talk to me live. You can talk to me live. I have to give you an email assigned to yourself, and then you can get into the portal. So, when we do the classes on the YouTube, it's not a problem for you to DB. Now, remember, we use DB for discussion board. You can discussion board me and ask me whatever you want. Even if you're in the classroom, even if you're Miss Lambert, they laid me off. What do I do now? How long is it going to take for this? How long is it going to take for that? With you using a combined effort of books, you can do it yourself. The books that you need, you guys know, I show you those books all the time. We use those books in this classroom. Those books are used in colleges. These books are how you are going to learn coding and or medical billing. I'm really guiding you and putting you in the right place. You have to set a spot in your house. You have to set up your table. You don't have a table, make one. You don't have a desk, make one. Go to Home Depot, get the 5x7 or whatever you want, and get the 2 legs for $1.99. Have Home Depot cut that table how you want it. Home Depot will cut that table as big as you want it. And guess what? It's going to save you $300 or $400 for the table that you actually want. You just need to have your layout. But this table is actually bigger than this because I need all sides. But you do not have, I don't want you to spend $300 on a table. You see, y'all see my table? I made the table. I didn't see the reason for me to spend $300 on a desk. And I want y'all to do the same thing. Go to Home Depot, get the legs, let them cut it, make your desk and paint it whatever color you want. My desk is like a turquoise color. The next video, I'm gonna show y'all what my desk looks like. And you know what? I used the glue. I used the wood glue to put the legs on, and I sat it right under my fan so it can dry. So, just get yourself a comfortable spot. The books that you need is the tools that's required for you to learn. You don't need the college degree for the coding. You don't need a college degree for the coding. I'm not going to hire you because you went to a college degree. I hire my girls when they tell me that they can pass a 400-question test. If you go to college, I love it. Good. You show me that, okay, you went there and I still can't hire you because I need you to be certified. So these books that we have right here, I'm going to put the links on the side so y'all can get these free books. This is what you need. You don't need to be sitting in a training class if you do not want to. You don't have to. What we do here online and in any other portal, when you go to school online, they put the work in the objectives. The work is already in the objectives. And online, it is up to you. Now you tell yourself, I got my student loan. I got my classes. If I don't do this work, I'm going to have to pay back the student loan anyway. Here, it's the same type of concept. It's just free, and I'm giving you the exact same thing. Why? How, Ms. Lambert? Because I was the director of the school. I was also the instructor of the class before I became the director because I have a master's degree in an MBA. Okay. I have 4 degrees that's going to qualify me as a teacher to tell you right from wrong when you get ready to be certified. You don't need a degree to do that. Take advantage of these books. I'm going to put them books up there right now. Take advantage of these books. The HCPCS book, your medical billing book. What you're gonna do is start from the first chapter on. In my classroom, we go through every chapter. You guys know that. We're up to pharmacology. We're in 21 in medical terminology. This is your go-to. That's your go-to. You need these 2 books because there's no way you're going to learn coding without these books. This is your go-to. Okay, it's a step-by-step book. One is the workbook and the other one is the reading book. You're going to start from the first page. Combine this book with your ICD-10 when you start ICD-10, because we're going to start from ICD-10. When we do the coding next week, we're going to start from ICD-10. But you can get a head start by getting the books. That I'm going to put those links up there for you because these books are from Kindle. Just download the Kindle on your laptop or your phone. You don't have to purchase anything. I'm going to put these links up here because anybody, I don't care whose class you're in, you can use this for the first few chapters. It's a Kindle. That's the ICD-10 for the Kindle. You click on it, it's going to take you there. The ICD-10, the CPT, and the HCPCS. And this is because everybody can't get books. What if you just don't have the books? Okay, no problem. I figured out another way. This is also in the Sapphire Academy. They know me. I always put stuff in there that they can help out, that can help them out. And it is because maybe you can't get all those books at one time. I have students that have these books all at one time, but just to kind of get with the classroom and kind of give you a head start before you get your books. Okay. That medical terminology book that I've written, people were asking me for tests on YTU. I can't give hundreds of people tests on YTU. And that's the reason I made the medical billing and coding book, the Sapphires 2. The Sapphires 2 book has questions and answers in there because you guys want tests. I mean, you guys are amazing. At YTU, you want tests. And that's understandable because if I give you work and we're in the classroom, you want to have additional work. The Sapphire Academy students, they have additional work because they are part of the school. So I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the medical terminology book that actually has tests and it has answers in there as well. And the reason is because we just want to kind of make sure you do not have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars or you're going to end up paying back a student loan when you don't have to. We're going to show you like a trick of the trade of it. Okay. So here, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen with you. This is one of the books that's up here. So this is an inspiring book. This is one of my books that I've written for medical terminology. Now, if you don't feel like you want to join the academy or go into the Sapphire Academy, that's fine, it's only $59.99. And I think I'm going to leave it there until I get another grant. I usually get the grants and I can leave them at $59. So I'm working on a grant now. So I'm going to try to leave it there. Okay, guys. So Sapphire Physician Coding Series 2. Sapphire Physician Coding Series 2 is a part of an 18 series book. This particular one has quiz and tests. There are 22 tests in this book, and there are 50 questions for each one. I put the answers and I put the tests in the back of the book for you so that you can test your own knowledge. You're not going to cheat yourself because you are learning yourself a new skill and you could be doing your own business. You guys know we talked about that this morning. You guys doing your own business. Don't miss that chat. I'm going to show you guys how to build a school on Teams. I'm going to show you how to build a school on Teams. Very easy. I'm going to show you how I did that web page. I do web pages all the time. You guys are not going to believe it, especially y'all who are, wanting to do your own business and, you just don't know where to start. Well, guess what? We have figured it out for us who are just starting out. For those of you who may have gotten terminated, we're starting out and we're going to show you what you can do to benefit. Okay, what you can do to benefit. And I think that if you lost your job, don't worry about it. And do you see what I just did? I just typed in my name and my books just pop up. I just type in my name and the book just pop up. If you have the right material, okay, and you can get this from Amazon. You guys see, I'm right on Amazon. You can get it from my website or you can get it from me. It doesn't matter. The gist of this is to show you how you're going to get money. And as we go into the advancement of the coding, because you guys know I go from beginner to advanced. You go to beginner to advanced. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of how to be a professional coder. You have some providers and hospitals, they will hire you without your certification. If you pass a HIM, you're fine. I'm going to give you a HIM. I'm going to give you a HIM. Okay, HIM is a Health Information Management exam. I'm going to give you an exam that is the same exam that we use in the hospitals when I'm hiring a coder and she doesn't have her cert. Because I don't care if she doesn't have her cert. If she passes that test, I'm giving her 90 days to get her certification. Okay, I'm giving her 90 days. If she needs help and money, I'm going to help her do it. And don't worry about it. We are building a susu. That dollar thing, when that thing builds up, I'm going to use that because some of you you have to pay for your membership at AAPC and you have to pay for your test. So what we're trying to do for YTU is let's get that dollar coming in, and then we can pay for your exam. We will pay for your exam. So right now, that little dollar AI thing that we have up, it's pretty much a test because we're going to do a lot more AI stuff to see how much I can give you guys in YTU. Because the test, you have to pay for the test and you have to pay for your membership. So we're just trying to figure out a way, especially for those who can't afford that much. I think it's like $400 and $160 or something. We're going to try to do that with that dollar that's going to be coming in. Okay, so again, if you guys see these books that I'm showing you, I'm gonna put the books back up there again. This one actually comes with your class. This comes with the Sapphire Coding. And Sapphire Coding is, if you guys go to my website and then you click that tab down there that says explore more or something like that, it will take you to my bookstore. It will take you to my bookstore and you can see all the courses that we have there. That main course that says advanced course, that's the one you're going to get. That course comes with this book. And, this morning we went over the book. Amazon wants 109. They have one for 97. You guys know that I get all of my books from Elsevier. I'm going to put the link up for you guys. Elsevier is where all the instructors and teachers, we get our books from there. And if you guys do go on there, just mention Sapphire Physician Coding. They should give you guys a little a code so you can get 25% off. But Elsevier.com is where most of the colleges, the schools, this is where we order our books from. So you guys know all of my ebooks. I use ebooks in school. They come from Elsevier.com. My books are the teacher's version. Again, I'm not just a YouTube teacher. I didn't just start doing a YouTube teacher. I've been a teacher for almost 17 years. So, besides me being a revenue cycle director in a hospital, this is my passion. This is my pet peeve. I would rather give back to you what I was taught. Okay. And that's what the gist is, giving back what we are taught. If you have been terminated, if you are one of the 350,000 women, you just have to start all over. You either have to start all over or you can find something, a business that you're going to build. The books that I am telling you about are the books that you need to build your coding brain. You yourself can master this. You can master this. We have leaders that, they wasn't 5 years old and leaders. They was taught to be a leader. They was taught to be a leader. So you can do the same thing with the right material. Even pastors and XYZ, they have to read the book to get the knowledge, to spit it out to you without looking at the book. You see, even without looking at the book. The purpose of AAPC, to have you go through the whole CPC book, the full CPT book, is because they need to know that you have went through those books stitch by stitch. You guys see how we go to pharmacology, radiology, oncology. We go through the Elsevier Language of Medicine book tremendously. I'm gonna show it to y'all right now because I have to give you 100 when I'm doing the class. So that's one of the reasons why, the classes are the 21 weeks. This medical terminology class, the next class is Friday. Look how long the class was. Pretty long to me. I know it doesn't seem long to you guys, but the class was pretty long. It was pretty long, but we needed at least 21 classes. Right now, we're doing the pharmacology. So, in the pharmacology class, that's the next to the last class that we're going to do. And a lot of y'all were so surprised at how interesting the pharmacology class was. I was surprised myself. The pharmacology class tells you about drugs. It tells you about GLP. A lot of us have taken that before. It tells you about that. It tells you differences between Aleve, what kind of drug is Aleve, what kind of drug is ibuprofen. They will have something like that on your test. AAPC wants to know. They want to know these things. So you see this book right here. This book is $100 and something on Amazon. Y'all typing it on your phone right now and see how much it is. When you join Sapphire Physician Coding, that books come with it. You do not have to join Sapphire Physician Coding. Join this class and look at the videos. Join this class and look at the video. You guys join this class, look at my videos, give us watch time. You don't need to join. I can put a much more broader class on YTU than have you guys register for Sapphire Academy. I can give you Sapphire Academy, but I cannot give you Sapphire Academy if I don't have enough of watch time here. But what I'm giving you right now is still going to help you. There's a flyer out there. It's not this one, but this is pretty much how you see me. Like when I go to hospitals and stuff, this is how I market. This is how I market. When I go in there and I'm pulling them doctors in there, this is how I market them. And what I do in there is when I go to the hospitals, I'm training their staff. I'm coming in as an RCM trainer for them. When I hit the street, I'm coming in and I'm recruiting people like you. And I'm showing you how to do the coding, how to do the medical terminology. All it takes is you knowing the right books. If you guys take a look at some of my other chats, there's so many different books in there that can help you. With this class, that is free. Follow along, even if you don't have your books. You see on the side where I put these books over here? These are the books in Kindle that you could use before you get your CPC book. The same thing in Kindle is your step-by-step is also there. Your medical insurance billing is there. That's your step-by-step. You can't learn without that. We as instructors, we have a crosswalk. A crosswalk is material that instructors have to use to teach the students. So let's say the school has a program for years. School has this program. The school is still teaching the same program. It's teaching the same type of program using the same books. You see what I'm saying? So you using these books, you are going to learn how to do coding, whether you're in the classroom or not. If I don't care if you're in the classroom or not, if you get stuck, discussion board me. Miss Lambert, I saw one of your YTU classes. I'm in a step-by-step book. I'm stuck. I don't have any problem helping anybody out with that. Okay? If you get these books, that's when you're going to start. The coding class for us is starting on Monday. If you guys want to get in on that class Monday, you can get your books again, that free beginning version from Kindle. The same thing. I'll put those links up. I think you guys got another chat tomorrow. I'll put those links up. But this is your go-to. This is your go-to. Every college uses these books. Okay. These are the books that came from Elsevier. Okay. We use these books. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you what's inside some of these books. Even though we're not up to the class yet. This class for us is Monday. I use the ebooks, so I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna pull up my book for you all. Okay, step by step. Okay, workbook, medical book. Okay, so let's pull this up, and I'm gonna make it a little bigger because I want to make sure you guys got this book, and it has nothing to do with any of us being in the classroom. What it has to do with learning. If you can teach yourself to be a self-learner, you can do this at home. If you don't want to do it by yourself, tell your friends, you know what? Miss Lambert got a free class on YouTube. Okay? And guess what? We're going to help you. We're going to help you get through it. Some of you guys are already in a class. No problem. Jump in on the class. Jump in on this free class. Okay? But I need to make sure that you guys can see this book because this is your go-to right here. That's your go-to. So if some of you are beginning to this is just coding. There is medical terminology in this book. So this is the reason why we do the medical terminology before we do this class. I don't give you customer service because it's irrelevant for the CPC. At taking a CPC, you should know customer service. Be nice, okay? Your coding, your medical terminology, your medical billing is what they are testing you on, okay? And they want to know, have you read this book? Do you know how to put numbers together? Do you know how to put a report together where you can decipher it and turn it into words, okay? Turn it into numbers, okay? So basically, what is the coding? It's you're turning alpha into numeric. Alpha into numeric. The more you read the guidelines, the more you will understand. The more you read the guidelines, the more you will understand. When we start doing the coding, we're going to start reading the ICD-10, and that's where you should start. So if you're going to do self-study, that's where you should start. If you get lost, we have schedules, we have syllabus, we have different things in the Sapphire Portal. But if you get lost, this is how you're going to figure out where you're at. Go to the channel, which you're in now, and follow the schedule. In medical terminology, it says Sapphire ED-CLS1, Sapphire ED-CLS2, or Sapphire ED-MT is medical terminology. That's the class code. MB or MIB is your medical insurance billing class. And if you look at the playlist, you could find which group you want to be in. You could archive whatever you want. Just remember that there's 3 playlists: medical billing playlist, medical terminology, and the coding. This is where we're going to start in the coding. So, again, you guys, you do not have to, join a class. I'm not telling anybody don't go to college, don't so-and-so, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is she's a genius. What I'm saying is you can teach yourself. You can teach yourself. Learning objectives. This is the first part of the coding. We're not supposed to be starting this yet, but I'm just kind of showing you, how you literally can teach yourself. The books are there. What you need is already there. If you have any question of, well, how am I going to do this? You know, DM, DB, let me know where you're stuck, where you're lost at. If you join a Sapphire class, which is a $59.99 now, you get that language of medicine book in there. You get that book in there, okay? And there are 3 programs in the class. You don't have to join the class if you don't want to join the class. This is the reason why I'm showing you the books. If you just put yourself on a schedule, you can do it. You can do it. If you set a time for yourself, 2 hours a day, sometimes more than that, an hour, you can do it. Okay. So Sapphire Physician Academy has 3 programs. These 3 programs are here on YouTube. The programs are already on YouTube. You can do it after work. You can say, okay, so I'll be so tired when I come in, I can't do it. Okay, so don't do it then. Do it Saturday or Sunday. 9 times out of 10, I'm in the portal. Even if you are not in the classroom, you can discussion board me from here, from YouTube. Remember, discussion board is everything. Discussion board is Facebook. Discussion board is however you DM, however you need to give me a message. That's what discussion board is. And especially if you guys want to start something new. If you were already in the hospital and you're in a different department, or maybe you were in a corporate, maybe now you want to start venturing off and doing your own business. Just take it one day at a time. Learn the trade, then do the business. Learn the trade, then do the business. You can put yourself out there and recruit your own providers. If there's a doctor and he asks me, do I have a coder or do I have a bill? Of course, I'm going to send her over there. And she's not physically going to go. She's going to be online. I have a coder in Texas, Canada, Jamaica. The coders work at home because they have the EHR. So, there's a lot of things that incorporates, the billing and the coding. Okay. There's a lot of things. And like I said, you guys can work for a facility. You get paid by the hour. You can work for a provider. You can get paid by him, or you can work on a percentage and work as collections. So, do not sleep on those things. You're going to start step by step. If you get stuck, all you have to do is archive these classes. If you missed a class with me that was live, just archive the class and it will put you back on the right track. That's each subject: medical billing, medical term, and coding. Same courses that you're going to take in the college. No, the only one that I don't give you is the coding and job development. I don't give job development on YTU. I give job development in Sapphire Academy. And I'm not sitting there doing a class. I have questions there, how they're going to do the resume, XYZ, which I've already put in YTU. So if you guys look at some of those videos that I have in there, I've already put a chat in there on how you should do your resume and how you should change it up. If you're going for a blue collar job, do a blue collar resume. If you're doing a white collar job, do a white collar resume. There's several different resumes, especially if there's a part in your resume that you want to put out there that catches somebody's eye. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're going to do the coding and you're studying the coding, put it in there, I'm studying coding. Okay, if you go for medical billing, put it, I'm studying coding, I've just not finished yet. When you finish with my class, Sapphire Academy gets a certificate. You guys get a completion certificate. When they hire you, you are to present the Sapphire Physician Coding completion certificate. Yes, it says, did you go to school for billing? Yeah, I did. I went to Sapphire Academy. Okay, and I give you a certificate. So, your knowledge is your proof in the pudding. Your knowledge is, does she know this? Does she know that? When I give my Sapphire Academy a 360 test, they've got to pass the test. I can't release them, or I can't refer them to a doctor if they haven't passed their test. So this is the reason why I put those tests in that medical terminology book that you guys see on that thumbnail we just went over, so that you in YTU is YouTube University, so YTU can test themselves. So YTU can test themselves, and you can check the CPC book. The CPC book is one of our advanced classes. It is at the end where we're going through the CPC book step by step. Why, Ms. Lambert? Because you're getting ready to take your CPC test. We got to make sure you are Paul. There's questions and answers there in the CPC guide. You see, that's why I put that there, because I wanted to make sure that you had answers. I'm going to also put up here, I have a link to the chat for the AAPC. And I put the link in here because I didn't want to forget and not give it to you. Yeah, I think this is it right here. I'm going to put this link also in here because some of us now, some of us don't know about AAPC. AAPC is an entity of over 250,000 members. I'm putting it right here. That's who you're going to take your test with. How come it ain't going? Okay, it's coming. So this chat that I just put up here, that's the chat that I did on AAPC. AAPC is the entity where you're going to take your test at. Yes, the proctor is going to check your book. Yes, she's going to check your book. We know that we are not going to have any stickies. We're not going to have any stickies in our book. We did the chat already how I want y'all's book done. But, do not sleep on that. Do not sleep on that. In this world today, in this society, you need to do something extra. A young man called me. I got your name in my book, but a young man called me, and he just wanted to do something extra. He wanted to learn something else. He had 2 other jobs. He wants to learn something else, especially when it is free. When you see something and it is free and it is organized and it is coordinated and you can follow, take it. Take it. Take it. Do not let society get you down. I don't let society get me down. Everything that peaches and cream for me, everything don't always go my way. Everything doesn't always go my way. I'll be one of the 350,000, trust me. But I'm not going to let anything like that get me down, because what you have to do, you have to keep it moving. If you got some skills, you have to build those skills. If you feel like you can make scarves, you can make this, I don't care what it is, just do it. The class that I'm going to do to show y'all how to build that teams, it's not just for education, it's for anything. It's for things that you're going to do in your life. And guess what? Books would teach you anything. Just read it. This morning, when we did the chat this morning, I showed y'all how to do the AI, right? I showed y'all how to do the AI thing. Listen, it's so easy. There's some that, just don't feel like reading. They just don't feel like reading. So I put the AI up just to show, what we're talking about. And it will help you. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to play this. And I'm not going to play it yet. I'm going to play this, and it's pretty much just a skit of me just showing you how you can beat the system. This is how you beat it. This is how we used to do when we used to make stop the shit. How we used to when we used to do our work in college. We would have a paper due, and guess what? We would talk into that thing, and it would just literally write our papers for us. Okay, so most of your work is in a digital form anyway. Your work is in a digital form. I'm in the process of making web pages for your work. So they have this thing now that you can actually put it on a book, and the book will read to you out of the headphones. I'm telling you, it's just, the AI is amazing. And that's why we have that donation $1 thing, because that's what it does. If you get a book, it's a little gadget that you put on there. And I'm going to take this down and I'm going to put it back up. It's a little gadget like this, and you put it over the book and it reads to you. I saw that. I was amazed. I said, I can't believe they have something like that. Now I know that they have something like this. And I'm just gonna pretty much show you what we used to like. This is what we used to do in college. If we had papers and we had to get those papers in there quickly, we would talk into Word and get the papers in, and then we would download it in Grammarly, and Grammarly would correct the whole paper for us. Grammarly would make sure it wasn't any copyright, make sure anything like that. And we were able to submit our papers on time, especially when, the group of girls, the college. And, I don't care if we were online, I don't care if we was at the house or wherever, we still had to get the work done. I'm just going to put this in here just so I can show you, even if if you get tired of doing your homework and, you still want to get it done, use the read thing. It's some type of read loud thing. I'm going to put it on right now. I'm going to put this here and I'm just going to give you insight.
I see so many talented people out there. Many of you can build your own courses. You can also build your own online academy. It doesn't have to be school. It doesn't have to be education. It could be online material for what you have a passion for. You can build it using Teams. I have been building my online academy for several years. I have changed the title of my business until I finally got the right one. I've different apps I didn't like then. There are 2 apps that I use the most, Canva and Teams. We will talk about this in this video. I hope to see you in this video. I will talk about how I started my online academy, and I will show you how to build your own academy, whether it's downstairs in your house, downstairs in your basement, whether it's an online portal, whether it's even using Google Drive. Don't sleep on Google Docs. You can build the whole program with Google Docs. Remember when you joined Sapphire Academy, we don't just teach, we want to see you grow. We want to see you move up without getting a student loan. We want to see you graduate from college with that master's degree and take it to the next level. It's a sacrifice. I have sacrificed. It is a sacrifice to do anything that you love in life. If you continue with it, it will happen. We will continue with what we are doing, and I want you guys to grow with us.
You see that? And that's pretty much what we want you to do. That's what we want you to do. We want you to grow with us. When you have work to do and it does get overwhelming, and let's say you do have a web page from me, or you do have a PDF or something that you need to read, or I'm giving you insight, put it on audio, put it on the AI and let it read it to you. So I read my homework, or at least you got the information in. And one of the biggest things of being in school is just kind of staying focused on the school, especially like now. I don't know how many are now out. I do know that the class that we did this morning, there were so many, coming in and out of the class. And I said, there was a lot of people home today, but we're talking about white people that are home, and maybe they're trying to decide what they want to do. Maybe they're trying to decide, I don't want to go to school. Okay, don't go to school. Just get the books. Just get the books. Just get the books, and we're going to take it step by step. Just get the books. If you can't get it on Miss Lambert's live classes, archive her chats. Archive Miss Lambert's chats, and you will be fine. You want to learn a new trade? The medical insurance billing book is the beginning of how you learn medical billing. They're not going to ask you, have you been to college for billing? Okay. They're going to ask you, can you pass an exam? Most entrance exams and medical insurance billing in hospitals and stuff, they give you like a 50 questions or something like that. You got your medical insurance billing book. You got your medical terminology, because you need to still be familiar with medical terms, right? As an RN, as a surgeon, as any doctor, they have to be savvy. Like even AAPC, we have boot camps for providers. We have boot camps for nurses. Most of the nurses and the RNs, they are the coding supervisors and managers in some facilities, because they're right hand with the doctor. And the coder has to be right hands with them, because what if she needs something? What if she needs something? The RN, she needs to know about those codes. You see, so that's why we train RNs to know about the coding. Even when they go to medical school, they introduce them to coding, because doctors and surgeons, they have to code their own intake as in medicine visits at the clinic. And then when they give that to the charge entry person, The charge entry person, she's not a coder, but she is familiar with codes. The charge entry person, she takes the intake from the nurse or the medical assistant once the doctor closes it, because we can't put it in if the doctor doesn't close the case. So if he sees a patient in the morning, he's got to be finished with the paperwork on that patient by at least 3 o'clock, so we can get it in to bill it. You see what I'm saying? Because he's got to get it in. They've got to put it through the Epic. The coder needs to make sure his code is right. She puts it back in. It turns around and come back to the revenue cycle, and they got to push out the claim. You see what I'm saying? So I'm talking about a whole cycle. So this is what you will hear in my classroom. In my classroom, I talk real talk. I talk about what goes on in the hospital. I talk about how we do it in the school as well. So don't sleep on that. You guys check out my classes. Get those books. You do not need to sit in a classroom. You can have your phone and put your headphones on and listen. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. Don't let anybody tell you that. You can build whatever empire you want. It's not going to take overnight, but you're going to be able to do it. Don't give up on your dream. I'm telling you right now. If you guys got credit problems, or if you guys want something new, or if you guys want to get books on credit, or however you do it. I don't care if you do. What is that thing they do? The payment plan thing. You can do that too. You can do that too with my courses if you want to. When you go to the bookstore, there's like a payment plan thing already in there. If you guys need to do a payment plan, because I'm not going to put it back yet. I'm trying to hold out to Friday. I got to see if I can pull another grant in here by this week. If not, I've got to put it back to $1,389, because what we get for the program, it goes back into the program. What we get for the program goes back into the program. So that's why I have that AI thing up there. So I encourage everybody, if you want to get in on the Sapphire program, go to the link and check out the bookstore. If you want to just do the courses that we're doing on YTU, do them and make sure you get the books. What's the name of that thrift.com? Thrift.com has cheap books. You don't need brand new books for it. Now the coding is different. You don't need brand new books for the step-by-step or for medical billing or for language of medicine. They're the same. The cover changed. The step-by-step book, the codes may have changed, but I will have the new books. So do not worry about that. If you get a step-by-step a year before mine or a year before that, I have the 2025, and I will correct anything that's in there. So what I'm going over, you're going to go over that. If that code says this and I say this, you put the right code in there. So don't fetish on that. But if you can get the 2025 books, that's excellent. But do not sleep on that. Just get your books, get your index cards. I don't have them in front of me. But get your index cards, get your notes ready, and you just start learning. We're starting the coding class next Monday. I put the thumbnail out for the coding class quickly because, not quickly, but I put it out for days ahead of time because I wanted to make sure I let you guys know about the coding class that's coming in. And we are starting from chapter 1. We're starting from chapter 1. If you guys want to get the jump on that class, then go ahead and download those books from Kindle. If you want to get the jump on that class and just look at the guidelines first, because we're going through the guidelines before we even touch anything. You can go to cms.gov. I'm going to put it up here, then I'm going to put the link. You can go to cms.gov and get those guidelines. They're free. It's open to the public. It's the same thing that's in your book, but they're free. Okay, so I'm gonna put it over there. Here it is. I usually keep it up so I can put it over there for you guys. Okay, so let me download this one. 2025. Okay, that's not the right one. Okay, but I found this. I'm going to also put this in there. This is, I had this up already. This is AAPC. They also sell books there. I'm just dropping that link in there because sometimes when you're going there, you guys have to find the link. So I just went ahead and just put that in there. Okay. So I'm going to go back over here. What we're looking for is the cms.gov. And it has that link in there that I wanted to give you guys. cms.gov. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to put that link over there. And some of you who haven't been in my class before, this is where we're going to start. You see that last link that says ICD-10-CM? That's the link that I'm talking about. I'm gonna switch over there real quick, because some of you may not be familiar with that one. So we're gonna stop the share on that, and we'll share the screen on the other side. There we go. I closed a lot of the things because I just have so much stuff open. It's ridiculous. Okay. This is the guidelines that you will be studying, okay? This is what you will be studying, all right? Those of you who are taking your tests before September 30th, these are your guidelines. Because remember, they change. They change, right? The new ones will be coming out in October again. But here is what we're going to start with. Your ICD-10, I need to get over it. Your ICD-10. Okay, and here, this section right here, does it look like it's important? It's very, very important. ICD-10 wants to know what HWO is. What is it? It's right here. The publisher, the World Health Organization, WHO. Okay, AAPC and your CPC wants to know what is NCHS. It's right here. National Center for Health Statistics. AAPC wants to know what is CMS, Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. You see what I'm saying? So you see how we have to go over this first. You're going to use your highlighters, you're going to use your index cards, you're going to use your notebooks, and you're going to self-teach. Yes, I'm going to go over all of this in the classroom. If you choose to get the courses, you're merely getting my courses based on what I teach, okay, to keep you on track. My courses, again, they come with a syllabus. You get a schedule. Everything you need in a classroom, you get. If you fall off, you come back. There's no new registration or anything. You come next year, okay, you already paid. Okay, your tuition is done. So again, AAPC wants to know what is HIPAA. And I don't want to hear anybody say HIPPA, because AAPC is going to give you several choices. And guess what's going to be in there? One of them is going to say HIPPA. But you got to know what they are, because it's Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, right? Good. AAPC wants to know what is AHIMA, American Health Information Management. They're going to trip you up. They're going to give you several definitions, several different type of meanings, but you're going to study this, okay? And this is how you're going to beat that test, okay? So, again, CMS, WHO, DHHS, AAPC says, well, what does that mean? Department of Health and Human Services, right? NCHS, National Center for Health Statistics. So, if you don't have your book, this is another way to get around the ICD-10. Oh, this is another way to get around it. So, just be familiar with these terms. Be familiar with what's in here, because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. One of the things that we did was just cut and paste. If I click on this, it'll take me to it in the next sector. Okay. I want you to click on that. You see that Kindle right there? I want you to click on that, and it's going to take you to it. If you have Kindle already downloaded, okay? So I'm leaving it there. Okay. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged about what we need to do in this classroom. You can self-teach yourself without sitting in a classroom. You can sit in your room, you can sit in your chair somewhere, and you're going to study. The first thing that you're going to study in the coding is your ICD-10. Your ICD-10 guidelines, because they need to know, what do you know? Have you read the guidelines. They need to know, can she do this? And when you get to your test site, the proctor is going to look at your book. She's just going to make sure your book is not blendy. Blendy is the same as dirty. Dirty as in you got a paragraph this long somewhere. So we're not going to do that. Check out one of the chats. This chat is not in a playlist, so you're just going to go down and you're going to find that chat that says tab, and that's going to be a chat. And in that chat, I tell you what you can put in your books. In that chat, we go through the illustrations in the book. Look at those illustrations. The illustrations are things like this. Because things like this is going to be on, this is systems. This is anatomy of bones. This is anatomy of the heart, anatomy of the veins. If you guys find something like this somewhere, you know where I got this from? Michael's. I got this from Michael's. I know, believe it or not, I got it from Michael's. And Michael's was actually closed. So this was like 50 cents. And at Barnes & Noble's, they want like $8. They want $8 at Barnes & Noble's. I'm telling you, I was so happy that I picked up a bunch of them. Different ones. But this can help you with some of the systems that we actually go over in class. I mean, there are 206 bones in the body. What are they? You just want to make yourself familiar with some of these things. The interior view of the brain, cutaneous, your fingers, mouth, salivary glands. We've already went over this in the classroom, but I encourage everybody to go over my chats. Go over my chats. You are going to love my chats. And forget about it. You're going to love me as a teacher. I want you guys to get used to coming in the classroom. I'm making it my business to be consistent. I'm making it my business to be consistent and get in here at 6 o'clock. I'm hoping I can do 10 o'clock classes. I'm getting a lot of DB's discussion board, wanting the early class. So we're going to try to do the early class, and we're going to try to do an evening class. We got to see how it works out. So tomorrow, we're going to do a 10 o'clock. I'm not sure what the 10 o'clock will be. I'm trying to make it happen because I'm here. Well, you guys also have a capstone. You have a capstone. The capstone is what I give you at the end of your courses. So, don't forget, what we learned in this classroom and the books that you need to acquire. We're almost done. It's 3 minutes. We're almost done. And the books that you need to acquire will help you learn another trade, will help you learn a skill. So, don't sleep on the information that I give you. And you guys know I don't always talk about school. I don't always talk about education. I talk about church. I talk about credit report. If y'all need your credit report fixed, don't forget, I got 3 chats on it. It's 3 series on fixing your credit report and helping you out. When you do establish your business, we'll start talking about you guys getting business credit. You have to have your business for 2 years, okay? And again, if you guys are going further with the billing and the coding and you're going to do your own business, you just have to get it done. It's not peaches and cream. I mean, I've sacrificed for years to build this program how I wanted it. You're going to do the same thing. When you have a passion for something, you're going to do it. You ain't going to care. My sister used to say I walk away from too many jobs all the time. I probably do. And I think I walk away from the big jobs because, I don't care. Yeah, I don't have to work for you. I don't care. I'll go to McDonald's. I don't care about eating McDonald's. I don't need to eat Dom Perignon. My little sister, she got a fetish with the Dom Perignon and the caviar. Me, we going to White Castle. All right, we good. You good? We good. You understand? My little sister has she going to the But us, we can really make it. Y'all want this program? Get in on the program. I will give you this program. You see the books. You don't even have to get on the program. You don't even have to train with me. Train yourself. Train yourself. My class is to guide you. My class is to put you in the right place. You guys want to join Sapphire Academy? Get in on it. It's $59.99. I will not put the program up yet, but sometimes I'll have promo codes for tuition. So don't worry about that. Everything is downloadable. I'm working on, me and my son is going to be working on the web thing. So just look out for that, okay? So we are hour in. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back. I'm going to try to do that 10 o'clock thing in the morning. I will see. I have to put something out there for you. I got to check my DBs and see what else you guys want to hear. But I'll see you again. Our time is Monday, Friday, and Saturday. Those are locked in times for class, okay? I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.